Hello, good morning.
Like zoinks!
Oh, the door's open. Wait. We had a whole thing planned.
Like, did a ghost open the door?
Okay, wait. Be right back. Good morning, everyone. I was expecting you to speak.
Oh. Why?
Because it's real weird to sit here in silence.
Well,
Good morning, everyone.
I thought you were just gonna come. I thought you were just gonna come walking up. You had
Good
me
morning,
turn.
everyone.
You had me turn a mic on. I didn't know if you were gonna say
so
something.
Because you turn the mics on when we start the show. Good morning, everyone. I'm still going to close that door, but...
I know.
Hi, everyone.
I think it worked.
Nailed it. Nailed it. No notes. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the show. It is Costume Friday. We're very glad you decided to start your morning with us today.
Like, I don't know what the news is.
Welcome back to It's Too Early.
The first, best, and only morning show, man. I'm Norville's Shaggy Rogers.
And I'm Crush from the Hex Girls.
But are you secretly also Daphne Blake?
Maybe. That's why I wear the cape.
And stand silently in the background.
For the reveal. She's supposed to come out with like a whole thing. She's got a little microphone. They're a band. They're sweet. If you haven't seen when they did the Hex Girls reboot, Daphne's a Hex Girl now. And this is what she looks like.
You look great.
Thank you.
Wonderful job.
How do you feel?
Horrible.
Oh.
I hate this. Like, I hate it.
Yeah.
Like, I just think it's gross. I did it last night, and I was like, oh, no. What a nightmare. So this is going to get shaved immediately after the show.
Dagger is a Scooby-Doo costume.
Yeah, Dagger is an entire Scooby-Doo costume.
You sure?
People think he's Scrappy-Doo, though, and it's starting to affect his self-esteem.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you know.
Oh, he's already been picked up twice this morning.
And he's so, as soon as he walks over, he's like, are we going to do it?
He's already been picked up twice this morning, and he hates it. Oh, his little heart is beating so fast.
Oh, he's a Kaylee boy.
Like, let's get out of here, Scoob.
He doesn't have a Scooby collar.
We gotta eat one of these giant sandwiches.
You know how he's always saying that?
Yeah.
He's always saying, we gotta eat one of these giant sandwiches.
Like, we'll check to see if there are any ghosts in the kitchen, man.
There you go, yeah. Dog looks dangerous.
Ruh-roh.
You're right.
2 people in the live studio audience so far have said that they think I'm Trent from Daria, which is, hilarious. I think, the whole joke of Trent from Daria.
Yeah.
Is that he looks like Shaggy. But also, thank you. That means I'm hot Shaggy. And I'm all for it.
Congratulations. We do have news to talk about today, but the most important thing is our costumes, obviously.
Obviously.
Is this the most important thing?
I don't know. The thing is, you're not supposed to part your hair like this, and God knows it, and my hair knows it.
Ever. That's just not supposed to happen.
That's just not supposed to happen.
I've got the full gloves. It does make it a little hard to use my computer with the dramatic gloves on. I gotta say. As a show that requires me to use a laptop with a trackpad, it's not gonna be easy.
You know, I think why people are saying Trent is I couldn't find a V-neck. The difference between Trent and Shaggy is
just a V-neck.
That's all it is.
That's fair. I think you look great.
Thank you.
And as Anthony said, good morning to only Matthew Lillard.
Good morning to only Matthew Lillard. Hey, bud. How are you? He's a cool guy, Matthew Lillard.
Let's get into some news.
Let's get into some news.
Let's get into a little bit of news. Let's talk about something big that was announced yesterday.
This is huge news for everyone in the world, particularly Saiges.
Hey, do you like Stardew Valley? I do. Like it very much.
Do you think there should be more from Stardew Valley?
Yeah, of course.
Person?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you think the Concerned Ape should be doing a little more?
Yeah.
Well, it has been announced, friends.
Eee!
The next Concerned Ape game is
More
Haunted.
Stardew Valley. I mean, yes.
Is Haunted Chocolatier.
Where is that music coming from?
Are they getting any sound?
No, because I don't know where your music is coming from. It's not right.
I mean, it's coming from my laptop.
It's not coming through NDI. That's
well.
for damn sure. Honestly, it's not. It doesn't add a lot anyways.
It is
It's
Friday.
just kind of noises.
Yeah, it's got a nice little ambient soundtrack.
It's probably picking up on the mic.
So it does look very Stardew Valley-ish.
Yes.
Obviously, because it is a Concerned Ape game. Concerned Ape, they mentioned sort of what it's about, but also said they didn't want to mention too much about what it's about.
Yeah, they're keeping it a little bit vague for right now. They did have a little bit of a kind of almost Q&A on the blog post on the website. The creator said, "Why chocolate? I'm not sure. It just kind of came to me. I think sometimes my best ideas just appear in a flash instead of it being cleverly thought out. That's how I like to work anyway. What's important is the execution, and after 10 years of practice, I feel more confident than ever in being able to bring an idea to life."
Yeah. So he mentioned a bit about the sort of dichotomy of the two games, and that doesn't want Haunted Chocolatier just because it's ghosts and making chocolate, and it's set mostly at night. It's not a horror game. It's not a sad game. He wanted everybody to know that it's going to be just as life-affirming as Stardew Valley is. It's simply sort of the mirror image to that. And he doesn't want to give away too much about the gameplay loop other than, yeah, you got to make a chocolate.
I love this. I'm very excited. They looked at Stardew Valley, and then they made it more for me.
Mm-hmm. I do love the little shots of when you're working at your chocolate shop and the little ghosts are your employees.
Yeah.
It's very good.
It's kind of Stardew Wonka. It's a little bit Stardew Wonka-y, but like one step, I want to say spooky and not in a horror way. You know?
Mm-hmm.
It's a spookier setting.
Spooky, yeah. I mean, and that's sort of what I think he was getting at is like, don't worry, I'm not making a horror game. That's not me.
Which, like, nobody's looking at that trailer and thinking that's a horror
Yeah.
game.
But you know, Stardew Valley, even though everybody plays Stardew Valley, the big Stardew Valley audience, very soft.
Yeah.
Very
So
soft.
we wanted to make sure.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure. Just because you saw a ghost,
Right.
don't mean it's a spooky
Yes.
and a scary. It's gonna be okay.
It's okay. Friendly ghosts.
I mean, you've definitely given a lot of gifts to a lot of citizens of the city. I mean, it does look very mechanically. I think he's showing off the safer stuff,
Yeah.
the stuff that reminds you of Stardew Valley, and I think there's probably a lot going on that is going to be very different from Stardew Valley.
Yeah, I mean, look, what I see is that I can't help but wonder if, and I find this really interesting, the idea of making Stardew Valley a franchise and a setting and kind of a, an aesthetic of game that becomes a series.
Yeah.
Even though he didn't actually say these are necessarily connected, I can't imagine,
Yeah, and when
why
it's
they couldn't be.
when it's a sole developer, it's interesting because it's like, are they actually connected, or are they just connected the way like a film director's movies are
Right,
sort of
where they
connected?
have the same vibe and you can identify that it's theirs.
Yeah, where it's just kind of like you can call something a trilogy even if it's not connected narratively when a director makes it. And so I wonder if that's sort of the vibe that's happening, Clobag says, "Can you romance?" We definitely saw you giving little gifts to some cute denizens.
Yeah, they gotta have romance.
There was a very cute citizen who was running the observatory.
There was somebody named Jet.
Jet was running the observatory, and there is a lily that you give gifts to. So it's all happening.
I'm really into it. I'm very, very excited for this. We did not get a release date for this yet. We just know it's coming, and we know that it's the next thing. What I found really interesting in addition to this, while we were talking about this news, IGN released an article. And Stardew Valley creator Eric Barone from Concerned Ape said that Haunted Chocolatier is not the only game he's working on.
Zoinks!
Which is very, very interesting. He said, I started working on Haunted Chocolatier a little over a year ago in 2020. Since then, I've been working on it mostly evenings and on the weekends because I'm still actively working on Stardew Valley related things. It's actually not the first or only new project I've been working on, but it's the one that I believe will finish first.
When you got that Stardew Valley money, you can tinker with a few things at once.
Yeah.
It's nice to see Eric have that freedom, you know? Like, a bunch of stuff just sort of came out of nowhere. Like, a lot of the Stardew Valley updates came out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the board game came out of nowhere.
Yeah, they didn't even announce it until it was live.
Yeah, so it's you get to it's nice to see him he gets to do what he wants. And that's kind of cool, and we like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's cute. I'm excited to play his nights and weekends game.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds cute.
Yeah.
I like that. What's your nights and weekends game?
What's
this sweet little nights and weekend game?
In additional 2D meme game news.
Woo! Meme game. Indie meme game.
Indie meme game news. Finally, I could have sworn it was already there. But finally, Haunted Chocolatier. No, finally, Among Us is coming to PS4 and PS5.
And Xbox.
Was it not on Xbox already?
No, it was on Switch.
Right.
And PC and mobile.
Mobile. It wasn't on any consoles yet?
It wasn't.
Zoinks!
Very interesting. Yeah, because...
How many zoinks do you think I can fit in?
Oh, honestly, as we're currently trending...
Yeah. I can probably get a lot of zoinks in here.
That's a lot of zoinks.
You haven't done one creepers yet.
I haven't done a creepers. I'm saving it for like a well-timed creepers.
Are you implying that my zoinks are not well-timed?
You know, he uses zoinks a little more liberally than Daphne uses
he does.
creepers.
We had to look up creepers.
I had to look it up because I remembered there was a thing. This is not the first time I've worn a Daphne costume, as you know. I played Daphne for a TTRPG game. I built Daphne as an inquisitive rogue.
Mm-hmm.
For a D&D game. And I remember that there was a thing.
Yeah. Well, it's fine because Jinkies you remember.
Yeah,
Zoinks you remember. But the other two...
It might be... Is it Jeepers?
I think Fred says Jeepers and then Daphne says Creepers.
We literally were just looking at it and it's hey, everybody, it's too early.
Look, Fred and Daphne... Fred says fuck.
Velveteen shakes in a live studio audience. Fred says fuck. It's very funny.
Is it not Jeepers? I mean, I don't know. That's the thing, is we just looked it up. The problem is Fred and Daphne were given the
No, hers is Creepers.
It's Creepers, yeah.
Hers is straight up Creepers.
Yeah,
okay.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
What does Fred say?
Fred's is
Let's split up, gang. That's just bossing people around. That's not a fucking catchphrase.
Right, and obviously Velma has
That's
Jinkies.
like saying Jeff Bezos' catchphrase is get to work. Like
well, his catchphrase is no bathroom breaks.
No bathroom breaks.
True though. Yes, so it is Among Us is also launching with Game Pass on December 14th. And this, by the lovely Victoria Tran, community director at Inner Sloth, wrote this blog post for Microsoft. And she tweeted out being like, I can't believe they let me do this.
Oh, that's hilarious. Dude, Victoria rules. Have we mentioned that Victoria rules?
Yeah, Victoria totally rules.
In like the last couple weeks. I don't think we have because we haven't had an Among Us story. But Victoria rules.
So it'll be coming to Game Pass as well. If you didn't already have it. No, you know. Were you waiting for Game Pass?
Yeah. Were you waiting? I don't know what you were waiting for. If you were waiting for it to, if you were waiting for a PlayStation release, PlayStation did not let Victoria Tran have fun on the official Sony corporate blog. But if you get it on the PS4 or PS5, you do get a Ratchet and Clank suit.
That's very cute.
So that's adorable.
Absolutely adorable.
Enhance.
Zoom. Enhance. The only thing is, and I'd like to remind you all at this time, the meanest thing that Inner Sloth has ever done to any of us, other than making my friends yell at me, is when you die, you see, like, you get a little clan companion, you know. When you die, your little guy, whatever that is, I bought a little alien, little like squiddy alien creature. It stays behind wherever you died.
Yeah.
And it just sits there like
that episode of Futurama.
Don't. You cannot bring that up here. Not at 8 in the morning.
I mean, that's what it's like, though. It's the same feeling.
It's not cute. I don't love it. Makes me very sad. Because, like, look, I don't care about dying in Among Us.
Am I getting a lot of...
Until I see that.
We're getting a lot in the studio audience of, no, don't do it. But you know what I'm not seeing? A fucking zoinks or a creepers from the live studio audience in relation to that. There's a theme, people. We're sticking to a theme. It's Friday. Hey, by the way, we do a big roll call at the end, but we did get a couple very generous donations here up off the top. And I do want to remind y'all, we're 2 people in a shed.
So thank you. We appreciate you. This is our goal that runs the whole month. Right here. And that is all of the money we make off It's Too Early for the Month. That buys us mostly donuts.
That's our money.
It's mostly food.
That's the money we get. So thank you all for the support. And we will, of course, do the big roll call at the end of the show, as we always do. Hey, you know what game just keep be playing?
Tell me what game keep be playing.
Skyrim.
Skyrim, you know. The Skyrim keep coming and it don't stop 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 coming.
Now, people will tell you that it's Skyrim, but
we're professional gamers.
But I've been to Iceland, and the yogurt there isn't called Skyr, it's called Skyr. So clearly it's Skyrim, and that's how they really say it when the Vikings talk about Skyrim. So you got schooled.
Are we out of focus?
Oh, God, constantly. Do you mean the camera?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Are we a little out of focus?
Yeah.
Are we a lot out of focus?
Yeah. You're a little more in focus than I am, but neither of us are actually in the focus.
Baby, it's a Friday. You know what I mean? Fridays do be Fridays. Better. Yep. Great. Love it. No notes. Yeah. Big Friday energy in the studio today.
Hey, everybody. Could somebody tell me if it's a Bones Day?
Yeah, did we get confirmation on that? I don't even think we get confirmation on that until, like, we're halfway through the show. Anyway, let's talk about Skyrim.
Let's talk about it.
The anniversary edition is coming. They would really like you to buy Skyrim again and again and again and again. I've bought there should be like a 5-timers club where, like, if you've bought Skyrim 5 times, you get like a little pass.
Yeah. It's like a membership to Skyrim.
And it's just like, hey, put in your secret membership code, and you can just have every version of Skyrim because you bought it 5
at the end of
times.
A punch card. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a sub club card.
Exactly.
But without the pedophilia.
Right.
And the cardboard in the bread.
Ifreef,
everybody.
Spubby.
Now, they do be adding things, though.
They do. They always add a little thing that's like just enough to be like, well, you didn't have that thing in your version you bought.
Yeah. Did you finally buy that VR Ultimate Edition? Doesn't have the stuff that's in the Anniversary Edition. Oh, okay, cool. Well, does the Anniversary Edition have VR? No, it does not. That's for the Ultimate VR Anniversary Edition. You motherfuckers. I bought it 5 times, and I'm going to buy it again twice, and you know it. Anyway, we know that they are adding fishing.
Yeah.
What kind of open world RPG doesn't have a relaxing fishing minigame?
Of course.
So we knew that was happening. But something else is happening.
And it's real good. Oh, and it's got an ad.
Wait, you got an ad?
I've got an ad on a rock, paper, shotgun video.
Rock, paper, shotgun. Get paid, I guess. Here, you want to swap over to mine? Okay.
No?
Yeah, why don't you swap over to mine?
They're doing so many ads.
Yeah, it's a lot of ads. We're just going to swap over to mine.
It was a Twitter video. Oh, it's a Twitter ad.
Yeah, it's a
I've
Twitter.
got it.
It's a Twitter video.
I've got it now.
So we're just going to swap over to mine.
I got it.
This is it. It is...
Aquariums!
I love this.
You can't. You don't just catch them.
Look, you can display them, or you can put them in aquariums. They're really Animal Crossing my Skyrim.
I was really thinking that, and God, I love it. Those are like literally my two favorite games. If someone asks me my favorite games, I generally say Animal Crossing and Skyrim.
What are the two things that you've always wanted to be in your life? A chosen dragonborn warrior and that weird aquarium guy who lives in your building. And now you get to be both.
Yeah.
I look like the weird aquarium guy who lives in your building
do
today.
look like the weird aquarium.
I look like a guy
guy
who's going to invite you into his apartment and explain to you that he has a computer-controlled heat pump for the water in his aquarium and how he uses an internet app to control it.
And I'm going to be like, oh, cool. That's great. Okay. I actually think that my roommate's probably waiting for me. I'm going to get going.
You know what's funny is it's less like a hobby, and it's more like it becomes sort of a job, but it's like worth it, you know? Because you're like protecting these living things. Do you want an indica or a sativa?
Oh, I'm gonna
Here's the thing. We all love an impressive aquarium. You go into somebody's apartment or somebody's house or a business and they have a real impressive aquarium.
Ugh, love it. Oh my God, a restaurant where you get to sit by a big fish tank.
A restaurant where they put you in front of the giant fish tank?
Fuck.
Holy shit. But let me tell you something.
Too much. Alonso, too much.
Let me tell you something. You don't want to own that aquarium.
Oh no, too much upkeep.
That's too much upkeep.
Too much work.
I remember
I want to visit.
I randomly wound up in some apartment in Brooklyn after last call one night with some friends. Last call in New York is 4 a.m., which lets you know where we were in our lives. And that night, we wound up in this random dude's house, and we walk in, and he lives in, like, this industrial building in, like, this kind of, like, not a shady neighborhood, but, you know, a neighborhood that's, like, not quite residential yet. It's mostly warehouse spaces.
All right.
And people are just starting to move in. And inside his place, he has this massive, basically the width of this shed, 2-story tall, tropical aquarium. Computer controlled, the whole fucking thing. And he, like... I think we went over there because he promised some of the girls that he had free weed, and we wound up just hearing about his aquarium for 2.5 hours.
That sounds right.
And I was fascinated, but I was the only one. My ADHD, my minor spectrum kicked in, and baby, I was like, tell me everything about how you can computer control the pump for this water. Name all of these fish for me immediately. Which was great, because it kind of means everybody else got to, like, get stoned in the corner on their own, you know? And I walked out of there, and I was like, I don't want this guy's life. I don't want this guy's aquarium, but I love knowing how that aquarium works.
That sounds right for you.
Zealous in the live studio audience says, Anthony could get way into aquariums for, like, a month. I can get into anything for a month.
Oh, he can get into anything for a month.
Do you know the two things that I'm doing right now?
Do tell.
Well, number one, you know I'm working on my Saber forms.
Ah, yes.
I've been working really hard on my Saber forms ever since I got my good lightsaber. And number two, I'm back into Speed Cube, the Rubik's Cube speed solving.
What?
I got into it a little while,
Anthony.
a couple years ago, and I bought a Speed Cube, and I got pretty good at it, and then, you know, ADHD. I got pretty good at it, and then I was like, I understand this. On to something else. But I was looking through the closet.
I thought we were still on Game Boy Advance.
No, I already built a Game Boy Advance. So I was going through my closet, and I found the Speed Cube, and I was like, oh no. And so now I'm back into Speed Cube.
Okay, all right. What else is in the news?
Speed cubes.
Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto is always in the news for something. We know that they've been working on the remaster trilogy.
Yeah, the $60 remaster trilogy.
Yeah.
The $70 remaster trilogy that removed all of the mods from the community site. Is very good.
Yep. Very bad. This trilogy includes GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas.
Sure.
They're making some graphical and quality of life improvements to it, and we got a trailer first thing this morning.
We did get a trailer.
Right, as the show was going
This is
live.
breaking news, BBs. So, you know, it's that's what it looked like, but this is what it looked like now.
Better.
And we knew that they were updating. Now, see,
Why are you not showing us the people updated?
That's what I was just about to say. Why do they keep... There we go. Okay. So the models are not updated as much as the environment, which makes sense. It's easier to update an environment because you don't need to add as much geometry. It's more about texture and lighting.
Yeah, wow, they really didn't update the models as much. Though, like, part of me likes it.
No, I would not want GTA 3
to look like
to
GTA
look
5.
like GTA 5. I want Vice City and GTA 3, and like I want them to look have that style.
I'm enjoying a little bit of that like low poly look to them.
Well, because that's it's art direction, right? Whereas like the new ones, I mean, there's always art direction. I'm not trying to minimize what Rockstar does, but there's more creative art direction in stylized things.
Yeah.
So I want to see those choices that Rockstar made back in the day.
It looks pretty good. It was a good trailer. Obviously, we have complained about the price of this trilogy being $70 because Jesus fucking Christ. I think it came down to, was it 60?
They brought it down to 60.
It was I think maybe there's 2 editions or something of it because we did have a discussion that they said it was going to be 70.
Yeah, digitally it's $59.99. Xbox Game Pass.
True.
Zoinks. Xbox Game Pass subscribers are going to get San Andreas on launch day. And then GTA 3 is coming to PlayStation Now on December 7th. So as you can see,
spreading it out weird.
They're still making that licensing money on top of everything else.
Spreading it out weird. They're separating out the trilogy.
Hey, baby, every console can have an exclusive. Just give me a little bit of that money. There's enough GTA to go around. And by GTA, I mean 5. We're going to stop talking about GTA 5 for 3 weeks while this happens. And then we're right back to GTA 5. Now, they are coming to the Switch, which I like. I did not expect that.
Yeah. Grand Theft Auto on a Switch doesn't feel right. I don't think that I should be able to go and, like, hit a stripper on my Switch.
Well, it's like when Chinatown Wars came out for the DS or whatever. I was just like,
this feels wrong.
I was just like, this is not this city cannot live in the same country as my Animal Crossing town.
Good morning, Alex. Who entered in exactly at I shouldn't be allowed to go hit a stripper on my Switch.
Yeah, you should. Well, and here's the thing. It's more like it's more like if they can put out San Andreas on the Switch, why is Kingdom Hearts a cloud game on the Switch?
Now that's an excellent question.
That's where I'm coming from.
Because Nintendo didn't have to pay for GTA to be on the Switch.
That's true. Square was like, we've looked at the money and no.
Yeah.
Whereas Rockstar was like, oh, everybody wants portable GTA except for these 2 weirdos who are dressed like Scooby-Doo characters somewhere in a shed.
Rockstar has the confidence of a middle-aged white man.
Because it's all middle-aged white men over there.
Exactly. But really, truly, I think that that's it, though. It's like, oh no, everyone wants this. Don't worry.
But, I mean, to be fair, everyone kind of does.
Yeah, the white guys.
I mean, yeah. I mean, a lot of people want to replay the GTAs. I'm not one of them.
Look, I've played every Grand Theft Auto game.
Yeah.
Sure. But, like, we're not going to pretend like that graph doesn't look like that.
Bring back Sleepy Dogs. If you bring back Sleepy Dogs, I'll play another game like that. Resurrect Sleepy Dogs. Sleepy Dogs for president. Bring back Emma Stone to video games.
I will once again pitch Nintendogs for the Switch. Nintendogs should be on Switch. It's a perfect console for it. I don't fucking understand.
Yeah, there should be some. Well, you know what? What it's missing is the microphone. That's the only thing. You wouldn't be able to talk to your dogs.
I don't need to talk to the dog.
Wow.
I'm not. Don't not give me the game just because I can't talk about it. If there was a microphone, sure, use it.
Ooh, who can break the curse? Who can break the curse?
But you know, I mean, like, I'd rather have it without a microphone than not have it at all.
Sure.
It's fucked up.
I'll show you how to put DS games on your phone so you can play Nintendogs.
Yes, please.
So each of these games was remastered by Grove Street Games. Rockstar says that they used the Unreal Engine and a completely rebuilt lighting system. The list provided in Rockstar's press release includes improved shadows, weather, reflections, upgraded character and vehicle models to an extent, increased draw distances, smoother surfaces, higher resolution textures across just about everything. And this is one of the more important ones to me. All of the games have GTA 5 inspired controls, which is something that often gets overlooked in remakes and remasters.
Yeah.
Remasters particularly is, have you tried to play GTA 3 recently? That does not control
Have fun
well.
with PS2 controls.
Woof. Woof indeed.
Enjoy that. I hope you enjoy that. No.
Zoinks.
No. So I do appreciate that they've thought that through and made that update. I think that's great.
Yeah.
I think it's absolutely excellent.
And I do I feel like having Game Pass, I'll play a little San Andreas and I'll get it all out of my system. This isn't something that I'm going to buy, but it's something. She only has 4 fingers. She's like Margot Tenenbaum.
Whose pinky is that long?
Classy ladies. A duel? Madam, a duel? Hey, do you want to put all of these good get-tos on your Xbox?
Yes, I would love to put not only these, but a bunch of other games on my Xbox and just have it keep them.
Yeah, just have them.
I buy everything digitally now, so...
Yeah, you want to put it all on the hard drive.
Yeah.
So you've got, if you've got an Xbox Series X, you've got a 1 gigabyte hard drive, and after all the system software and everything, you've got a cool 800 gigs for games.
Okay.
That's great. A lot of our games are about 80 gigs, so you can have over 10 games.
Yeah.
Isn't that great? Now, listen, you can add external storage, which is good, right?
Yeah, of course.
But the external storage only works for backwards compatible games, not new Xbox Series games.
Oh, well, so I can have 10 new games.
Yeah,
and then
But it comes with a free Frogurt. But the Frogurt is also cursed.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So people have been like, we need more storage for our Xboxes.
Please.
We need these bigger, and we know they have these cute little SSDs that make me feel very futuristic and cyberpunk.
Right. When it's like, pink.
Yeah, they got the cool little cards, but they don't, they don't have a lot of options, right? You've got a 1 terabyte card.
Made by Seagate?
Yeah, Seagate's always been their storage partner. When I got the Fallen Order fucking Dark Trooper thing, and I was like, oh, Seagate. That's apparently their thing.
Huh.
Nice. So previously, you've been able to get a 1 terabyte.
Yes.
It's it's not cheap.
Mm-hmm.
It's like $200.
Right.
That ain't great. What if and also, maybe I'm somebody who doesn't play a lot of games, or I don't have a lot of money. Where's my smaller option? Or maybe I'm somebody who's got just
a huge library,
metric fuck ton of games.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I've got Game Pass, right? And I'm downloading things all the time.
Right.
Where's the bigger storage for people who want more stuff? So, Microsoft and Seagate have just announced more of these cool cyberpunk cards.
Nice.
There's going to be a 512.
Okay.
And a 2 terabyte.
Okay.
Isn't that great?
Yeah. So, if you're gonna do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
How much?
You want to do the 2, probably.
Probably. Because this is, in theory, the last Xbox.
Yeah.
You're gonna want to upgrade for a while.
Yeah. Phil doesn't want you to have another one.
He does not want to make you another Xbox, so you better future-proof this one.
Yeah. So, 2 terabytes. It's gonna cost you $400 for the 2 terabyte. Do you want to say creepers? Wait, let me do it again.
We've discovered, based on mod research, that it is actually Jeepers.
It's Jeepers?
It is Jeepers, as remembered, and the Google lied to us.
This is a real Mandela effect. I remember it differently.
You remember his name is Mandala.
I knew you wouldn't be able to stop yourself.
Yeah. I know.
Look. So I'll set you up for a Jeepers again. 2 terabyte cards are coming out in December for $400.
Jeepers.
Yeah.
That's more than the Xbox.
That's more than a Series S.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
That's more than a Series S.
Hey, if it's the last console, let me use my own hard drives.
Now,
let me just go get one.
This is one of these things where surprisingly, Sony is ahead of the curve.
Mm-hmm.
Which is weird. Normally, Sony is the more locked down one, right?
Yes.
But there's something about these storage cards where Microsoft is like, this is just too good an upsell to give up.
I think because of Game Pass.
Yeah.
I think they're locking onto it because Game Pass is this thing where everyone's like, oh my God, I can have so many games.
I just started
oh my God, I can have so many
stroking my
games.
goatee and I hated it.
Yeah.
I hate having this. It's so gross.
Yeah, you can't develop that habit. I think that people are getting to a place where it's affordable to have so many games downloaded, which creates a large opportunity for people to need more storage than ever. In addition, they're like, well, we gave you the games.
We gave you the games. Now, somebody in the live studio audience is saying, don't you have to open up the PS5 to plug in the hard drive? Dude, it's so easy, though. It's honestly... There's one screw that keeps it from being like, just pop it in. It's a very easy process, but the only thing is Sony has their internal storage edition limited to some like very fast SSDs.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're like, hey, if you put in a slower SSD, we're just gonna let you know this may not work.
Yeah.
Which I think is fair, because you can get some cheap ones.
Mm-hmm.
And then they do offer the same as Microsoft external storage for PS4 games and older games.
Yeah. Now this is a take I've not heard yet. Viantos in the live studio audience said, I never understood the appeal of Game Pass. And like, look, we don't simp for Microsoft in this house. No. We don't simp for any large corporation. We understand what they're doing, and we understand what the future of it is of none of us actually owning any games.
Yeah, we've talked about the dark timeline.
We've talked about the dark timeline, but also like, we see the appeal, of course.
Yeah. I mean, there's a couple hundred games on there right now.
Yeah.
And you can just have them.
You can just have hundreds of games.
You know?
For, what's Game Pass? 20?
$15.99. Well, I pay $15.99 so I can have the cloud streaming as well.
Right.
To play on my phone.
Nice.
But if you don't do that, like if you want PC only, I think it's like $9.99 or something like that. It's fucking wild.
Yeah.
Hey, we just hit that goal. Thanks,
wild.
everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
That's fucking nuts.
Hey.
Zoinks!
Super fucking cool of you.
Like Fred would say, fuck.
Yeah. And then Daphne would say,
hey, Daphne, what are you thinking? Fred.
It's funny because I was literally like, I did a little, like, I'm going to refresh. I haven't watched Scooby-Doo since I was a kid when I went to go do the RPG. And I was like, what can we bring out in a D&D character that's actually Daphne's personality? And the answer was nothing. And the answer was Fred, and it was nothing.
Did you watch Mystery Inc., though? The new one?
I haven't yet.
The newest series kind of takes from Daphne in the movie.
Yeah, I know that they've given her martial arts as like her thing now, that she does various forms of martial arts. And I was like, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's kind of sick. That's something.
Good.
But as for like personality, there wasn't a ton to work with.
Yeah. Hey, listen, whereas she spent 40 years being pretty, at least now she's pretty and tough.
I appreciate that.
You know what I mean?
I do. I appreciate that.
That's
very,
progress.
very much. We got a trailer for the Uncharted movie.
We did get a trailer for the Uncharted movie. By the way, did you know that Shaggy is a trust fund kid?
What?
That's another new development. He has a rich Uncle Shaggerton who leaves him like millions of dollars.
So that's why he can just like get high and get big sandwiches all the time.
Yeah. He's a trust fund kid. But he didn't know it. He didn't know it until recently. He didn't know it. So he literally was just a dude who got high and ate sandwiches and lived in a van.
And he still is.
Genuinely wanted nothing more out of life. And then literally found out that he had a rich Uncle Shaggerton who left him everything.
Yeah, Shaggerton is an excellent name.
It's so good.
That's very, very funny. I wish all of you a very Uncle Shaggerton.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, this is not like the trust fund kids that you know, maybe you went to school with or whatever. This is a reverse situation where, like, this is a guy who lived a minimalist, like, I don't need anything my whole life, and it's like, the reward is yours.
Right.
You know?
As opposed to the trust fund kids that go and build a high-tech van and live in van life.
Well,
to imitate the experience of being poor.
Now, I hate to let you know what Shaggy did with the money.
Like, he can have a nice van now, but he was living in the van before.
Yeah, he definitely...
It's not, I have so much money and so little need to have a job that I can go live van life.
Yeah, he definitely didn't do it for the gram.
Right, it's the thing, is he didn't do it for the...
He didn't do it for the gram.
Didn't do it for the gram.
Though I feel like that's maybe how Shaggy and Fred and Daphne met. It's because they were also doing van life. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they were doing it for the photos and stuff.
100%.
And like, I think maybe Shaggy helped them fix their carburetor or something. You know? And he's not mechanically inclined, but he's just had to fix his own van so many times.
Yeah, and he's just like, oh, sometimes when you hit it like this, ding.
Yeah. So like, yeah, he puts all the money into making the van a transformable robot vehicle. It's very good. Anyway, Uncharted, the film.
The film.
Based on the novel. Pushed by Sapphire.
We have a trailer for it starring Tom Holland, of course. We love a Tom Holland in this house.
This is a Tom Holland
And
house.
Mark Wahlberg, who we do not love in this house.
No, we don't. And I will say the one thing that I'm a little disappointed in Mark Wahlberg is in this trailer.
Oh, I was like,
now,
I'm going to start the list.
No, I mean Mark Wahlberg, there's a list.
Yeah.
Like zoinks.
Yeah.
Like
Jeepers.
Like Jeepers on Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
But like... my problem with Mark Wahlberg... Now, Mark Wahlberg is one of the producers on this film. He's an EP, I believe. So he had a lot of control over things. He's just Mark Wahlberg. He wouldn't let Sully be kind of like an older mustache, you know, weird uncle sort of guy, like Sully is.
Yeah.
Sully had to be cool, and he had to be clean shaven and handsome, and Mark Wahlberg. And I'm just like, he could be anybody in this trailer. Now, what I will say, I said this when this first happened, and I'm saying it now during the trailer. Let's bring up some visuals for this trailer.
Put my glove back on.
Put your glove back on if you're going to be hosting the show today. Here's what I will say. I'm a fan of Tom Holland as Nate Drake.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
I'm a fan of Tom Holland.
Do I miss the sultry, dulcet tones of a Nolan North type of voice? Sure. But there's something about Tom Holland's voice and his vocal quality.
He doesn't look old enough to work at a bar.
No. No, and that's what that line is about. Let me actually turn on the no captions. Thanks, Sony, for the accessibility. When Tom Holland says a smarmy line, because he has Tom Holland's voice, it's charming.
Nice.
And it's, you know what I mean? It's
nice.
It's good-natured.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, Nate Drake was made to be, like, this early 2000s, like, very cool, snarky man.
Have we ever had this soft of an action hero? Because I feel like we're entering into a generation of Tom Holland being the soft action hero.
Which I love.
I love that.
Here's the thing.
That's fucking tight.
He's pretty, right? But he's not
Beautiful.
pretty. He's not as pretty as you would expect from a leading... Like, he's not the cookie-cutter leading man that we've gotten for the last 20 years. Right? He's not a Clooney or an Affleck or a fucking, you know, like one of those guys.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's more this generation's variation of pretty and still is very, like, traditionally...
But it's not suave.
Traditionally handsome to young millennials and Gen Z.
Not suave and overly handsome and overly tough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which I love. Now, one thing that I find interesting about this is all about a younger Nathan Drake, and a lot of people are pointing out that they're using a lot of set pieces from like 1, 2, and 3 already. And it's like, whoa! If you're telling a younger story, how is all this stuff already in there? To which I say, so what? Put it all in there. It's a big action movie.
Yeah. And they're probably not going to do a bunch of them.
Fucking put it all in there. I mean, I know Sony probably wants to do at least a trilogy. I'm sure Tom Holland's at least signed on for 3.
You think?
Oh, for sure. But here's the thing. Use up all the set pieces from the games.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
fine.
come up with new set pieces.
Yeah.
That's totally fine.
I'm absolutely fine with that. Yeah, somebody said Chalamet, but Chalamet I don't think of in, like, the action genre.
Excuse me, it's fucking Paul Atreides.
Mm.
Dune. He's a Duneman.
I haven't seen nor read Dune.
Yeah.
So I don't know how actiony his character is.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think of him as an action hero.
No, that's true. I mean, that's
whereas
fair.
Tom Holland has been a Marvel hero and now is, this definitively action hero character.
Yeah, and I mean, Paul is on the line, of being an action hero, but I feel like,
Yeah.
Wonka
is going to be an action blockbuster.
Oh, dude, Wonka's all slow motion doves and dual wielding.
Yeah, absolutely. He's going to be tough.
Listen. The characterization of Sully aside, which, by the way, I've only seen 30 seconds of Sully. I'm talking out of my ass the same way we all are.
Mm-hmm.
That
Where's the
aside,
trailer?
Yeah, that aside, I like the trailer. What's not to like about that trailer?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg is it.
That's it.
Someone said he's not fit and athletic enough to play Drake, though. He's Spider-Man.
He's fucking ripped, dude. Did you see him? Did you see him come up out of the water in his Henley? That dude is fucking jacked. He's not ripped enough.
All right. I'm going to say starting now, we're going to let this one pass, but starting now, anyone who says, you haven't read Dune, gets instantly banned.
Honestly.
Because I never will.
Honestly.
Because of that.
Look. Now, Saige has not been diagnosed with ADHD, which means she doesn't have it.
Correct. I don't have it until they tell me I do.
Yeah. So we all know that there's an ADHD thing even if you want to do something, if somebody asks you to do it,
Mm-hmm.
it becomes a responsibility in your mind, and then you can no longer do it.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta be real careful, because even though Saige doesn't have ADHD, she does sort of respond that way sometimes.
No, here's the thing. It's not just a people tell me to do something so I don't want to do it, because it's not that. I love being recommended shows. I love being recommended books. Hey, I think that you would really like Dune. Fine with me.
Yeah.
Absolutely excellent. What a great approach.
I think that you would like the Dune movie.
Great. I'll probably watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you would like the book.
So that's perfectly fine. I do not mind being recommended. But once, specifically men, and it's always men.
Oh, Dune Bros.
It's Dune Bros. It's Dune Bros. And once they go, you haven't read Dune?
I can't.
Violence.
I can't. Dune Bros are rough.
Dune Bros have ruined Dune.
Dune Bros are rough.
We've talked about this before. This is not our first conversation about Dune Bros here. So, it's just, the levels go Dune Bro, and then it goes like Fight Club Bros, and it's just, it's right there.
Do you remember when Lord of the Rings came out?
Mm-hmm.
Or even Game of Thrones to a certain extent, where the people who read the book, the people who read the series just had the smuggest "you better do this" attitude, and just these raised eyebrows, and it's don't be that person. Don't be that person. I read two of A Song of Ice and Fire, and I'll tell you what, that's all I needed to read from me. Those books were not for me, and Dune Bros are the most. Because here's the thing, Dune puts together all this stuff that exactly this type of bro really enjoys. Yeah. Which is the sci-fi, the speculative sociology, the philosophy, and the Eastern philosophy of it. And so it's all this it's DMT Joe Rogan bros.
Fucking Joe.
You know what I mean? You don't microdose? No, I don't microdose.
Get out.
I don't microdose.
No.
I don't need to. I'm good.
We don't care.
Now,
and that's it.
Now, to the extreme, I will say that I do love Tom Bombadil, but I understand. I love Tom
I'm never
Bombadil.
going to read Dune. I'm never going to read Dune. If there's any small thing I can do in my day that upsets one more man I cross, I'm going to do it.
Zoinks. Yeah, wait for Wheel of Time. We've already talked about on this show. I've been meaning to read all 87 books of the Wheel of Time.
You're not gonna read all 87 books of the Wheel of Time. There's a show coming.
But if I can't read one of them before the show comes out, I'm never gonna read them, and it's fine.
Yeah.
Hey, there was another trailer that came out.
Life Serial, real quick, in the live studio audience said, Dune Bros are like, I took one social psych class, and now I'm an expert on human behavior.
Dune
exactly.
is good at making people feel like they're smart.
Right.
Which is a trap. That's a trap for a certain type of personality. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Now, let's compare and contrast some action movie trailers, shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
We just saw an Uncharted.
Uh-huh. And it was a good action trailer.
Good action trailer, and we said to ourselves, hey, this looks like they're kind of doing some Tom Holland's a breath of fresh air in action.
Let's see the opposite.
Cool. Let's see the opposite.
Now, if you were to pick out someone in Hollywood that's the opposite of Tom Holland, what would it be?
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Yeah, that sounds right.
So let's check out this trailer.
I love that all of your watch nexts are episodes of It's Too Early.
Yeah, it's weird.
I hope it's yours as well.
So, this is Red Notice.
Mm-hmm. Red Notice, of course, is the Netflix movie.
The most expensive movie that
Netflix has ever produced.
Netflix has ever made. And this is basically Ryan Reynoldsing. Mm-hmm. The Rock rocking.
Mm-hmm.
So Ryan Reynolds is an art thief. The Rock is an FBI agent who recruits this art thief to catch the most wanted art thief in the world, who is Gal Gadot.
Sweet.
Now, Gal Gadot pulls a wacky on them, and frames The Rock, gets a red notice put out on him, so he's wanted all over the world.
Oh my God, he said the name.
He said Red Notice.
He said the name.
She's going to steal Cleopatra's eggs. Now, Cleopatra had those frozen just in case. Cleopatra did not want children, but wanted the option. And so that's rude.
A lot of that is societal pressure.
Yeah. And that's the thing. And Cleopatra knew that.
People don't trust that you know what you want. You know?
Yeah. So this is very much like, mismatched, wacky partners in crime.
Buddies, cop.
Buddies.
Because there's 3 of them.
Yep. And she, of course, is the femme fatale who's smarter than all of them.
Yep.
It's fun.
And does a weapon spin, because Gal Gadot can do a weapon spin real well.
But these gags, you see these gags coming.
Yeah.
You know what this movie is.
Yeah. It looks fun.
It does look fun.
It looks fun. Did it need to be the most expensive movie? I don't know.
Well, I think it was something like $130 million, which for a blockbuster summer movie is about right.
But Netflix hasn't had a blockbuster summer movie yet.
Yeah, so it's fun. I mean, I like a heist. I like a fun friends double crossing each other, but genuinely loving each other deep down.
Yeah.
I
enjoy Ryan Reynolds in things, even though he only has the one character. Fortunately for me, I like that one character.
Yeah.
It's a good character.
It's a good character.
That one.
We like that character. The Rock is the most charming person in the world.
Oh, unquestionably.
There's not a single person in the world who is not attracted to Gal Gadot until she starts talking about Zionism.
Right. Yeah. Gal Gadot, objectively, the hottest woman.
Just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. And listen, this is coming from two of your proud Jewish friends.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Pull back on the Palestine shit, Gal Gadot.
Yeah, you could just
maybe admit that you got indoctrinated at a young age because you grew up in a militaristic country.
Right.
Yeah.
The motherland did you dirty.
Oh my God. Chris Plowman says, yeah, but have you read the Red Notice books? You really have to read Red Notice to understand.
We should really start gatekeeping, action movies.
Dumb shit.
Yeah.
Listen, you're not part of the Fast family until you've read the Fast novelizations.
I do enjoy, there's a trend that goes around on TikTok where it's gatekeeping what are marketed as chick flicks, where it's oh, you haven't seen Clueless?
Oh, I love that. The thing where women are talking to film nerds and it's
yeah.
Oh, you like Seven. That's
That's
no, that's
nice.
cute. David
Yeah.
Fincher's stuff is cute.
Yeah, it's cute. It's fun. It's a fun movie.
It's a fun
Absolutely.
movie. I'm into stuff that has like a little bit more political and societal commentary to it, like Legally
Legally
Blonde. You know?
Yeah.
So good.
You haven't seen it? Wow.
Okay.
Yeah. You should probably get on that.
It looks fun. Here's the thing. We're not happy with Netflix right now.
We're not. My Netflix subscription is currently canceled.
Same. We're not happy with Netflix right now. Netflix, you need to fix your fucking shit
Fix your fucking shit.
before we think about watching, honestly, a movie that I think we've seen before, but this time with The Rock and Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah. We've seen it 100 times before, and we'll see it 100 times again. And we would have watched it.
We would have watched it. You know, another great TikTok that I saw recently was a woman being like, talking about Ryan Reynolds, and was like, this is a leading man for straight men. This is a hot man for straight men. Straight men believe that we are all losing our minds over this man, but we are not.
Yeah.
It is just straight men.
Now, what's also interesting, there's a big conversation to be had there. There was also a TikTok that I got yesterday where a woman was talking about how women are sexualized in the Marvel universe, which, like, of course.
No!
Wow, shocking. I know. And one man, of course, multiple men were like, oh, the men are like pieces of meat. They're all sexualized. The men are just as sexualized.
For men. They're
sexualized for men. It's a male power fantasy.
This is the thing that, I mean, before these things were movies, this was an argument that people had about, and a disingenuous argument from men about comics the entire time comics have been around. It's like, well, then why are these dudes huge and ripped and buff? Who's that for? And it's like, other dudes.
Yeah. Drippy, sweaty muscle man?
That's for you,
It
bud.
wasn't for me.
That's for you.
It's for you to be like, oh, I could look like that. I could be in that. I could be a...
Batman just, he does nothing but work out and punch.
Yeah.
And he's so
cool.
ripped.
He's cool.
He's so cool.
Yeah.
It's funny, like when I a few years back, I was working out with a trainer for a thing, and the trainer was like, "What are your fitness goals?" And I was like, "I don't know, like Spider-Man or Robin or Superboy." And he's like, "You want the body of a teenage boy?" I was like, "Well, I don't." I was like, "Well, I don't want the body of a weightlifter." And honestly, I was in my best shape when I was in my teens, so yes.
I guess.
Who wants to be a giant muscle man?
That is very funny.
Who wants to be a giant muscle man?
No, not at all.
It's so weird. This was the same trainer that also said to me, "What's more important to you?" Because he found out how much ice cream I was eating. Because he asked about my diet.
Yeah.
Now, y'all know, if you know me, I can throw down a pint of ice cream in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
She's seen me do it, and I'll ask for more ice cream.
Every time.
Now there's that trainer, like if you know me, I've talked about this before. This is the same trainer that was like, "What's more important to you, having your dream body or ice cream?" And I was like, "Oh, definitely ice cream."
Ice cream.
I was like, "I'm literally here so I can keep eating ice cream, my man." And he was like, "Okay, we're gonna have to work with that." I'm like, "Yes, you are. I'm going to get ice cream after this."
Look, as someone who has struggled with relationships with food and my weight in just in an ED sense, it's October 22nd, 2021. We're still in a global pandemic. And the realization I have come to is that I'm barely hanging on, and it's never going to stop being that way. I'm never going to get the firm grasp on hanging on that I'd like. So this thing is the mech suit that keeps me alive. And the fact that I could get just the tiniest bit of happy brain chemical from a bit of ice cream makes all of this worthwhile.
Let me tell you something.
If I have to go to work, I have to have managers that deal with me. I have to exist under capitalism and the patriarchy. God damn it, do I deserve some ice cream?
I'm telling you, this is the ghost of Christmas future. You are right.
Yep.
You are gonna be struggling your whole life. We all are. Don't become a nihilist about it. Just have ice cream. Have a little bit of ice cream when you want. Jeff Kanata and I talk about this all the time. I don't smoke. I rarely drink. I'm not somebody who has a lot of unhealthy habits.
I don't cook. out clean.
I just want every once in a while a fucking snack.
Yeah.
That's all I want.
Yeah.
That's all I want.
You should have a treat. Because the world is bad. The world is terrifying and bad.
Don't let like, man, my train, and then also my doctor was like, your diet could be a little better, and I was like, eat shit, dude. I was like, how many people come in here and tell you they're drinking they're going out to the bar 3 times a week? But fuck you, man. I walk my dog every day, and I eat a little bit of ice cream. Leave me alone.
Yep.
Just fucking leave me alone.
Yeah. Look. This thing getting me through a global pandemic.
Yeah.
Doing its best.
Dude, how much ice cream did we eat last year?
I'm still in that.
Dude.
I'm still there.
Yeah, but collectively last year.
So much.
So much.
I'm at a point now where I have multiple kinds in my freezer. I have 2. I keep 2 different kinds in my freezer.
Well, you got to have a chocolate-based one and a vanilla-based one.
No.
No?
I have 2 different kinds of chocolate. I have Haagen-Dazs chocolate, which is totally different than other chocolates.
Yeah.
And I have Ben and Jerry's chocolate fudge brownie at any given time.
Oh, the chocolate fudge brownie. If you like a chocolate ice cream base, the Ben and Jerry's chocolate fudge brownie is like the best ROI in ice cream.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
The best.
It's well balanced. There's enough brownie. It's good. It's a damn good time.
It's so good. It's so good. Listen.
Get yourself some ice cream.
Get yourself some ice cream, because let me tell you something about the dystopia we live in.
Oh. All right. You can tell us about the dystopia.
Razr's fancy RGB fashion N95 mask is out, and it's real. And it's $149.
I thought it had already been out.
We talked about them bringing it, like previewing it.
Yeah. I think because Stella Chu wears it, I assumed it was out. Stella Chu's just cool and got one early. Yeah, it's already sold out. It was $150. It's out of stock. You get $10 off. That's fine.
It's $99 for just the RGB mask. And then you need filter packs for it. The filters are N95 filters that work for 3 days. They're custom filters. You have to buy them direct from Razr because they're cut to fit the mask. For $149.99, you can get the mask with a 90-day supply of filters, and you can look cool in this fucking dystopia because we haven't fixed the problem.
Yeah.
But capitalism wants us to know that we should look good during it.
So there's a filter on each side, so it's not an individual one in the front.
There's also one down at the bottom that's not an active filter.
Got it. So for $30, you get 10 sets of filters. Y'all, I mean, I'm team keep wearing masks.
Of course.
Not just now in Panini, I'm team keep wearing masks forever.
Before they became politicized.
Uh-huh.
I was really hoping that this would be a thing that brought masks in densely populated public places to America. Right. Airports.
Like a bunch of Asian countries have already normalized.
You land in Tokyo Haneda Airport, everyone's in masks. If you're sick, you're in a mask. If you're in a public place and you don't want to get sick, you're in a mask.
Yeah.
Masks on the subway, on the trains over there.
Yeah.
It just makes sense, and people get sick less. And I thought, this is lovely. More people will wash their hands and wear masks.
I've been back at work in person and back out in the vague world for only a few months, and I've already gotten sick. And I'm wearing my mask.
I'm wearing my mask. I'm washing my hands.
We gotta we can't go back to getting sick all the time. We can't do it. I will forever wear a mask in an airport.
Yeah.
I will forever, and as I did before, wear a mask to Comic-Con.
Yeah.
I'm not going to Comic-Con unless I'm actively in cosplay. I will take off my mask for costuming, and then on days where I'm just walking the floor, I'm masking.
Baby, I'm masking. But I do, on one hand, I love a cool looking cyberpunk RGB mask.
Yeah.
And like you're saying, I do want masks to become something that become part of the public kind of zeitgeist. I want it to be something that we do.
Yeah.
But I also I hate the $150 high fashion RGB mask right now. Like, zoinks, bud! What are you doing back there? Anyway, I'd feel better about this if it was on sale and we weren't still in what we're in.
Yeah. I mean, like, look, sometimes there's a conversation to be had about things that are expensive when necessary, but this isn't necessary. There are more accessible masks. It's like, are you capitalizing on the pandemic? Yes, technically, but also, like, it's okay to, like, add fashion to the thing you have to do. It's complicated.
It's complicated. It felt weird to me when cute and stylish and fashiony masks. When cute and stylish and fashiony masks.
Just push me over.
I made the motion. I made the motion. When cute fashion masks, like when brands started bringing them out, it felt incredibly dystopian to me because we were still really in the thick of this thing.
Yeah.
Now I've acclimated to it, and I want them to stick around after this.
Right.
But I wonder if they will.
Well, and like the current, like, I don't know, for anybody who shops online, there's a lot of fashion brands right now that when you shop or like spend a certain amount, you get a free like fashion mask. And that's also a little dystopian, but like could be nice if we weren't afraid for our lives constantly.
Yeah.
You know?
Moving on to consumerism that I do enjoy, and I think you will particularly enjoy as well, Saige. Baby, 'tis the season for Lego, and 'tis the season for new Lego sets based on favorite holiday films. This is the Lego Home Alone McAllister House playset.
Anthony, I love Legos. You know that.
I know.
And I know it's Lego, and you're not supposed to pluralize it, and I'm going to anyways.
Yeah.
But you know what? Can I tell you something?
You're not a Home Alone person.
I don't really like Home Alone.
So when the new Home Alone trailer dropped, and I was like, a couple days ago, I was like, should we talk about this? I think it's going to be pretty big. You were like, it's just Home Alone. You're like, yeah, if you want to. I'm not super into Home Alone. And I was like, really? It's kind of a holiday classic. And you were like, I don't care.
And like, I'm not a Christmas movie person.
Yeah.
I'm not big on Christmas movies. But that's fine. I'm watching Edward Scissorhands and The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm just like, if it's snowing, it's a Christmas movie for me.
I watched those too.
Yeah. But Home Alone's never done it for me. Maybe it's too much child.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Now, Blade of Creation asks, is this an age difference thing? And I don't know that it is, because I think there are a lot of younger people that consider it a holiday like must watch as well.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I mean, I don't mind that it's not a big thing for you. It's just you are actually like one of the first people I met where it's not a big thing for you. And then I asked some people and they're like, yeah, you know.
Yeah, Gremlins.
I love Gremlins.
The way I see Home Alone is it's a holiday classic. Would we enjoy the movie if it wasn't holiday? Or is it just something we watch because it's a Christmas movie? You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like Gremlins is a good movie.
I think when you're a kid, well, I guess it depends on the kid, but when I was a kid, there was something just it was a child. You know, you talk about those male power fantasies or the empowerment fantasies. That's a childhood empowerment fantasy. There was like a series of films that were like that in the early to late 90s that were just like, I guess just the 90s is what I'm saying. There was a lot of movies like that in the 90s, like Home Alone. What was the one where the kid becomes like a major league pitcher?
I have no idea.
The kid hurts himself during Little League and his arm heals super tight and he becomes like a pitcher in the major leagues. Blank Check, where the kid actually gets a blank check and cashes it and buys a mansion with a water slide and shit like that.
Yeah.
And like, there are all these like child empowerment movies. Three Ninjas.
I'll say, you know what it might be?
Yeah.
I don't like a lot of movies led by children.
And was that because you knew there was a child actor that had to deal with it?
Maybe it's a weird trauma thing of like, I don't want to watch kids.
Yeah.
Of like, I was a child actor and I was just like, okay, I get this. I see it. But I don't know. I also don't really like children.
That's fair.
As a whole.
I know that.
I'm not a kids guy. So that might be it. Yeah, like The Sandlot. I get it. I loved it as a kid and growing up. It was like, yeah, it's The Sandlot. And now I'm like, I'm not going to go watch The Sandlot.
I get that. You know, and there's a certain type of kid, like I loved Home Alone. My sister, the entire time we watched Home Alone for the first time, was like, they forgot him? They didn't care?
Yeah.
Like the whole time they They didn't care. I was like, well, and my mom was like, but she realized, and it's like, but
no,
they left.
That's 100%
But
also.
they left. She got on the plane. They didn't notice all day.
Yeah.
And my sister was like, if I was gone all day, would you notice? And
I have thought that every time the movie starts too, where it's just like, you just forgot one of your fucking children?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, not a Small Humans fan. It's fine. The Goonies is top tier.
I love The Goonies.
The Goonies is top tier for children-led movies. When I think of like kid-led movies that I enjoy, The Goonies and Matilda come to mind.
I dreamed
but also
of being
like
Mikey. Dreamed of being Mikey from The Goonies. Finding the treasure map and like, oh God.
Yeah.
Outwitting criminals and like finding treasure. And I was just like, this is everything. This movie is everything.
Yeah, I think that when I was a kid, I much preferred cartoons.
Yeah.
For kids, like things that were made for children. If I was watching something made for children, I would prefer a cartoon.
I get that.
So like a lot of the movies kind of aimed at kids that were live action were not for me.
I
liked Matilda because of trauma.
Yeah, Matilda's a little darker, so I like that, you know.
But it's a cute Lego set.
It's a great Lego set. Let's take a look at this Home Alone Lego set. The Wet Bandits are, of course, included. There's a tarantula. Fucking Daniel Stern's character Marv has like the iron on him. You can make like the hot doorknob. There's a pizza. There's aftershave, so you can do the screaming thing. The OK Plumbing and Heating thing. Kevin can zip line to his backyard treehouse. That's part of the set. The basement scene works. There are traps. There's a cutout, legally distinct, not Michael Jordan that you can put in the window.
Of course.
It's a very cool set. It's a very cool set. If you're a fan of Home Alone, it's a 4,000-piece set. The entire house unfolds and opens up.
Yeah, that's great.
Like
it's
dollhouse
a good
style.
Lego set.
It's a great Lego set. Great Lego set. So that's a good one for the holidays.
I'm not ready to be talking about holiday things, and I know it's time, but I'm not feeling ready for it.
I know you're a real stern. Not like you have delineations in your brain. It's not Halloween yet. Bless you.
Yeah, let me have Halloween, and then you can have all of the Christmas you want.
Yo, the Halloween stuff at Target when I went last night, which, by the way, I bought us a bag of candy, and I totally forgot it this morning. I'll bring it on Monday.
The first thing this morning being like, oh, we should have candy.
I went to Target, and I bought us a bag. You know, they sell now a 100-piece bag that's just Kit Kats and Reese's Pumpkins, which are our two favorite candies.
That's the stuff I've had in my freezer, which are sadly now gone.
Holy shit. But no, the Halloween stuff when I went last night was pushed to the fucking back already.
Yep. And they've made room for Christmas already.
Dude, the economy is bad. Anyway, what else is going on in the world? That's pretty good. Mythic Quest, which is a wonderful series on Apple TV Plus. Hey, maybe you canceled Netflix this week, like you probably should have. Yeah. Now's a great time if you want to pick up that Apple TV Plus subscription. Catch up on Ted Lasso and Mythic Quest, two of the most wonderful shows.
I still haven't watched the new season of Ted Lasso.
So good.
Keep forgetting.
It is so good. I hoarded it. I waited and waited and waited until it was all out. I pretended it didn't exist.
Oh, wow.
And because I wanted to watch it all in a row.
Yeah.
Because it's such a happy place for me. But they announced that Mythic Quest is not just getting a season 3, they're getting a 3 and a 4. We were worried that it was canceled.
Nice. That's lovely.
It's very good. It's very good. Rob McElhaney, I wish my sound isn't working today, but Rob McElhaney did a tweet. He did a tweet. Rob McElhaney, for an old man, is very good at social because he's just a very funny guy.
Yeah.
But he did a tweet where he did a FaceTime call where he called Sir Anthony Hopkins, who appears in an episode of Mythic Quest, and was like, "Hey Tony, Mythic Quest got renewed for 2 seasons," and he goes, "Oh, that's great, Ron. What's the Mystic Quest?" And he's like, "Well, it's a show. It's a show that you were on it. You were nominated for an Emmy on it." And Anthony Hopkins goes, "Oh, did I win?" And he goes, "No." He's like, well, we're not in it for the awards, are we, Ron? Anyway, I've got 2 Emmys. I've got 2 Emmys now, and a couple of Oscars as well. And what's going on with your Mystic Quest? And then he's like, well, we got renewed, and we'd like to have you back if you... And he's like, oh, hold on, I'm getting another call. And he goes to the other line, and it's Jason Sudeikis. And Jason Sudeikis is like, T-Hops, what up? He's like, I gotta get into Ted Lasso. How do we get into Ted Lasso? And Jason Sudeikis is like, well, we can have you audition. We'd love to have you in. It's so fucking good.
Yeah, it's good.
It's so fucking good. There's nothing better than somebody explaining an entire bit to you. And I'm sorry. I just got so excited about the bit.
I know.
Because I'm so excited about this show coming back.
I know.
Mythic Quest.
Let you go.
Based heavily on the experiences of people at Riot and Blizzard. Mm-hmm. It's the story of people who are making an MMO and just sort of all of the goods and bads of the industry. And it's a really lovely, lovely fucking show.
We only have time for a couple more sentences. And then we explode.
And then this show has a word count. It's a reverse Charles Dickens situation. We don't want to use more words to get paid more per word. Mm-hmm. We have a contractual minimum number of words. I don't know who's
maximum number of words.
It's our minimum to get paid. But we don't want to go over it.
Yeah. We don't get overtime.
Yeah.
We love to talk about theme parks here.
You do.
We're theme park fans, I'd say.
I would say so. I like a theme park.
I think you like a theme park more than you're acknowledging you like a theme park. As someone who knows you really well, the excitement that you show for theme park shit, it makes you...
Depends on the theme park.
I understand, but
I'm not a fan of all theme parks, but I do love... Saige, I love a fucking theme.
Same.
You know that.
I love
a well-done theme. I love a theme. Okay? I love a theme. I love a theme restaurant. I love a theme bar.
Same.
I don't like being asked to participate in a theme party.
Oh, I love being asked to participate in
Depends on the amount of time and the effort that's required.
I'll do anything.
But I like going somewhere that's oh shit, y'all really worked hard. We love a pop-up experience.
We love a pop-up experience.
Anything that's hey, we made this place look like another place. Let's all get into we're theater dorks.
Yeah, what we're saying is we're theater dorks. Anyways, all I wanted to say is, can you believe Six Flags didn't have a Wonder Woman coaster?
Yes.
Fuck.
I can. You can't?
I hate it.
I mean,
I'm
glad they have one now.
I know it, but I hate it.
Now, Six Flags.
Everyone got a coaster.
Oh, dude, the Riddler had a coaster.
The Riddler had a coaster. The Green Lantern had a coaster.
I think the Penguin had one.
Might have been short-lived.
Or Mr. Freeze. Mr. Freeze had one. Right around the whole Batman and Robin thing. But look, it's about time Wonder Woman had one. But I will say, Six Flags, not a theme park I enjoy.
Yeah.
Minimal theming. When you say Wonder Woman has a Wonder Woman ride...
It's just,
it's a steel coaster.
It's just a coaster that's Wonder Woman colored.
It's a steel coaster.
That's the case with all of theirs.
See that blue one? That's Batman. You know what I mean? That's how it works.
Yeah. I don't even know. The green and yellow one, I don't think it's even one of the DC coasters. Our Six Flags had a penguin water slide. Come on.
Yeah. We've got at Magic. This is coming to Magic Mountain, which is the one that's near us. It's in the LA area. Which already has a Batman ride, which is the one where you hang. And then it has Superman the Escape, which is the one where you go straight up and then fall down,
which is very fun.
But none of these. But it's not a themed ride.
I like roller coasters.
Yeah.
So I can have fun at that. I also enjoy their Fright Fest. Didn't get to go this year. Would have loved to.
I enjoy the kids asking me to buy them beer.
Never had that experience personally.
It's because you're going to look like a child until you're 47.
Fair. Yeah, no, You've
never had a creepy guy try to buy you a beer at Six Flags?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You're 100. See?
Oh, absolutely. There we go. I agree. Their theming is a little lackluster. I think, goddamn, they're very, 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 very late to giving Wonder Woman a coaster.
Yes.
Are all of the heroes associated with their coasters men? It would appear so. Somebody in the live studio audience mentioned that Six Flags took over the park they went to growing up as a kid. Now, I just recently watched a Defunct Land. I've been in such a Defunct Land rabbit hole for a month and a half now.
Kevin Perjurer, you're the real one.
I love Defunct Land.
Defunct Land's amazing.
I just watched a few of their videos about Six Flags and some of the parks that they took over and like what the fuck was going on there, and they were just like, I don't know, put a thing on it.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting. I would love to know what the name of that park was.
So many regional parks got taken, like Geauga Lake and King's Dominion, which were the ones that were in the greater kind of Great Lakes area, which is where my family's from, became like, I think they both became Six Flags parks because it's like, it's expensive to fucking run a theme park.
Yeah.
If you have not watched Defunctland, get into Defunctland.
Oh my God.
I genuinely believe that Disney Plus series that's like all about the Imagineers and stuff like that, I don't think that ever would have happened
Without Defunctland.
Without Defunctland getting millions of subscribers and
Dude.
telling those stories before Disney got a chance to tell it their way.
Right. And that's the thing, is because he tells it much more brutally honestly than Disney is going to about
Shout
the
out
perspective
Cedar
of
Point.
Walt Disney. The stuff about Walt is so good on Defunctland. It's so good. You're never going to get it from Disney. You're never going to get that directly from Disney.
All the pictures of Walt that are up around the park, somebody pointed this out to me one of the first times I went. Yeah, the two-finger point, and everybody's like, oh, the reason we do the two-finger point is because the one finger is offensive in some countries, which is true, but that's not the original reason they did the two-finger point. The original reason they did the two-finger point is you see all of these pictures of Walt Disney in the park doing this and this and this. They photoshopped out his fucking cigarette. He was a chain smoker till the day he died, and they don't want to promote that. And I love that little piece of fact. You know, that little thing is so good.
If you're going to watch one Defunctland, watch the Epcot one.
The dream of Epcot. One day.
Bananas.
Hey, you know what? Actually, this is a Friday, which means it is a Patreon bonus clip day.
Yeah.
We do make a 20 minute,
Well,
usually anywhere from 10 minutes to 2 hours.
yeah.
Depending. But we do make a bonus clip for everybody who's on the Patreon. I would love to discuss Epcot this week.
You want to go discuss Epcot?
I would love to discuss Epcot.
Fuck it. Let's go discuss Epcot on the Patreon. Let's do it. And it is about time to wrap up the show. Thank you so much for starting your mornings with us. We appreciate it
y'all
so
are
much.
the best.
We do the show every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We have one more Costume Friday. One more Costume Friday.
Dun,
I'm
dun,
going to
dun,
miss
dun.
Costume Fridays.
You know, here's what I'm going to say, Saige.
Yeah.
It is the month of costumes, but there are themed things throughout the year.
Let's do more costumes.
Perhaps we can find a time to do more
Does
costumes.
it mean that I get up 45 minutes earlier before the show? It does. Does that suck? Oh, so much. I'm down though. God came in just when it ends. Sorry, but that's okay. Because you can always catch up on the VODs. You can catch up on YouTube where we upload this show every single day that we are live. And we do this show every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 a.m. Pacific. Exactly.
Baby, that YouTube goes up so quick.
It does.
So quick after we're done here, so don't even stress it.
And if you want more content, of course, for $5 a month, you can support us on Patreon as well, or we're going to go keep talking. So it's not over yet if you are a patron for today.
Hey, we want to give a shout out to everybody who directly supported the show and the network during this broadcast. Thank you to Miss IDK, Flappiers, The Long Tim, Babies with Rabies, Ariadria, Distorted 1337, Aaron Araujo 94. Thank you all for following. Dova Chrono with the 5-month resub, saying 5 months with these lovely, amazing people. The only news network that really matters. I get all my news here. Why, you ask? Because it's the truth and relevant news. Thank you very much. We do decide what is news. We are the arbiters. You're correct. Boro919, Fenrir0809, Refined Goblin, thank you for the follow. V230 with 8 months, saying here for the Tom Holland leading man era. Yes.
Read.
Sabidia, KOOF3, Kemp Sauce, thank you for the follows. Jelly Terror with the 578, thank you. Spinnerats with the $6, thank you. Turtle Group, thank you for the follow. Dude, this is hard, 31. Fitneerish, thank you for the follows. Lee Green Griffin, 2452. Thank you so much for your generous donation. Flannel Fries, thank you as well for your generous donation. Scott Davis, 136 with the resub for 10 months, saying, good morning, fancy folk, and good morning to you, Scott. Ibidinosaurus, thank you for the follow. Space Ghost with a $41 tip. That's the real Space Ghost. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Thank you. Tell Brack I love him. Koner14, thank you for the follow. Kurt2501, 360 Waka Waka with the follow. Alonzo with a very large tip. Alonzo is also one of our mods. Shout out to our mods. Fucking locking it down and keeping it tight for us. And giving money they don't have to give. They're already mods, Alonzo. Mika Bird 775 with the 100 bits. Thank you. Cox Dragon with the follow. Crispy Bits 420. Crispy Bits 420 with the sub and the follow. Akotoroku with the $50 tip. Thank you so much. Venera with the follow. Alistair VD with the follow. Moro Tarnastarian. I just fucked that up, but thank you for the follow. Ronan Monkey with the 2547. Ronan, that's another tip from another mod. Y'all don't leave it to these mods to do this. They already do so much. Darko Khan with the follow. Blue Pirate with the host. Groovy Deadite with the host. Cranky Geek, thank you for the follow. Strump Berger, thank you for the follow. Backyard Spiral, thank you for the follow. And Cube3704, thank you for the follow. Left Foot Lloyd with the 100 bits here at the last moment. Zamino at the last moment with 10 gift subs. Thank you so much. Short Nerdy Man with the follow. My stars. Is you a snack now? Is you doing a wiggle? Is you a wiggle snack? Did you turn yourself into a wacky tube inflatable arm man?
Thank you for watching the show.
Thank you all for watching the show. You know, we're not just here.
We're not.
We're also on the Discord, so be sure to join that. But we're all over the dang internet. Saige, where are you at?
You can find me everywhere on the internet at Not Saige. I stream over on my channel Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays right now. You can find me over on Smosh Games all the damn time, including today for pumpkin carving.
Hell yeah!
Very exciting. So come and hang out with us over there. We'll be live at 4 p.m. Pacific. You can find me on the D&D channel. You can find me on this channel so much. And this Saturday, tomorrow, if you're watching this live, is the season finale and big boss battle.
Zoinks!
Of Damsel's Dice and everything nice. Come and see me wield a lightsaber. Do princess shit. Anthony, where can they find you on the internet?
Thanks for asking, pal. You can find me everywhere on the internet at Carboni, except for here on Twitch, where I'm at Anthony Carboni. Twitch, you cowards, it's mine. Give it back to me. Today, I'm on Kinda Funny. You can check me out. We're doing Spider-Man in review. We're rewatching all the Spider-Man movies leading up to No Way Home. I'll be on a few of the episodes, and we're talking about the original 2002 Spider-Man. It was a great discussion. Go check that out on Kinda Funny. Had a lot of fun with those boys. Also, it's Friday, which means there is a new episode of my science comedy podcast, We Have Concerns, with Jeff Kanata. Check that out at wehaveconcerns.com. And will I finally stream Tetris Effect and give out all those free codes that the Tetris Effect people sent me today? Maybe. Who knows?
Who's to say?
Follow me to know. Thank you all once again so much. She nailed it. She
did it.
Crushed it.
Hey! Have a great
That's a pretty
day,
funny gag I
beauties.
made.
Follow the channel if you haven't already.
Don't be weirded out. I live in a van.
Jeepers.